Well, hey friends, it's me, Pastor Doug, with another word of encouragement for the day for today, Wednesday, April 20th. This week we are looking at some of the events that took place after the resurrection of Jesus. So, some of the moments where he appeared to his disciples and various groups of people and how they reacted and responded to him. And today I want to look at a section of scripture out of John chapter 20, verses 24 through 28. And this is the pretty well-known story of Jesus appearing to doubting Thomas. Most of us have heard of doubting Thomas, or we've used that phrase before, right? And that comes from this passage of scripture. And essentially at this point, Jesus has appeared to various other disciples, but Thomas hadn't seen him in person yet. So the other disciples are like going back and telling Thomas, "Oh my gosh, we saw Jesus." And Thomas is like, "I don't know that I really believe you. Like, I'm going to have to see it for myself." Now, you and I know people like that. In fact, maybe you are one of those kind of people. I certainly am. When someone comes and tells me something incredible, I'm like, I don't know if it's really as good as you said, or really as incredible as you said. I need to see it for myself. I need to taste it for myself. I need to smell it for myself. I need to hold it in my own hands, right? I mean, that's just sort of the way I am. Maybe you're that way too. You have a hard time sort of taking other people's word for it. Well, Thomas has a hard time taking the other disciples' word for it. I mean, it's a pretty incredible story, right? And so we can't really even blame Thomas. He's kind of gotten a bad rap for being doubting Thomas. But let's be honest, I think any of us would have probably been in Thomas's shoes had we faced these exact circumstances. So let me read you this passage. This is John chapter 20, verse 24. "Now Thomas, also known as Didymus, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus had come before, when he'd appeared to them before. So the other disciples told him, 'We have seen the Lord.'" Right? And Thomas is like, "I don't know." He said to them, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands, unless I put my finger where the nails were and put my hand in his side, I will not believe." I mean, Thomas is pretty strong here. He's not just saying, "I'm not sure, I'm struggling, I'm having a hard time." I mean, he's like dedicated to not believing, right? He's a rationalist. He's a product of the Enlightenment, before the Enlightenment, right? He's looking at these circumstances and going, I don't buy it. Listen to what happens next in verse 26. "A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and this time Thomas was with them. Even though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them, and he said, 'Peace be with you.' Then he said to Thomas," it's like he already knew that Thomas had doubted. He said to Thomas, 'Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach your hand out and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe.' And then Thomas said to him, 'My Lord and my God.'" Friends, I love what this says about Jesus, because all of us can put ourselves in Thomas's position, right? And say, yeah, I probably would have done what Thomas did. I probably would have had a hard time believing. But what I love about this account is what it tells us about Jesus, that Jesus doesn't show up and slap Thomas around, right? "How can you not believe me? How can you not trust me? I thought you had faith. I thought all these things." He doesn't criticize him. He just reveals himself, and he answers Thomas's fear and doubt and concern. Friends, I love that about Jesus, that when you and I go through situations that cause us to doubt, and let's be honest, we've all been through those situations. You might be going through something now where you just feel like, man, where is God? I don't even know if God exists right now. I don't know if God really does love me. I mean, we just like bring all of those things and doubt them in our difficult times. And sometimes it's not even because we're going through a difficult circumstance. Sometimes we learn some scientific fact, or we read some criticism, or we have a conversation with a friend or a family member who's a staunch atheist, and they bring some sort of challenge, and we're like, that's a good question, gosh. And it starts to kind of, rattle our faith. And then we feel guilty because we're like, I shouldn't doubt. Well, Thomas, one of Jesus's closest followers, doubted. And instead of Jesus getting angry at him, instead of Jesus shaking his finger in his face, he just revealed himself to Thomas. He showed him who he was. He comforted him. He revealed himself to Thomas, and Thomas responded by acknowledging the reality of who Jesus was. So friends, the next time that you're feeling doubt, the next time that you're facing anxiety, the next time that you wonder if God's even really out there, it's okay for you to bring those doubts to the Lord and allow him to comfort, allow him to answer, allow him to respond, and allow him to reveal himself to you the same way that he revealed himself to Thomas. Friends, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.